Thanks for stopping by at Twisted Art Designs. Today I'm going to show you a fun project, and I know that you may not have this, so you may not be able to create this exactly, but some of the things I'll show maybe you haven't tried before or seen before, and you might want to try making a journal this way. So I just thought I would share what I'm creating, and it's a gift for my mom for Mother's Day this year. I did use a placemat. So this is an upcycled placemat. She used them, she loved them, she passed them on to me, I used them, I loved them. They're getting a little faded out and a little frayed and wear and tear, so I was going to donate them to a local thrift shop and decided, hey, this would make a really fun journal. So you may not have a butterfly placemat to be able to create this yourself, but this also gives me the idea too. Any quilted placemat would make a beautiful journal cover. So if you have a placemat and you fold it in half, and then you create the hard exterior with cardboard, and I'll show you how I did that, you'd have a rectangle shaped, but your outside cover would be a beautiful quilted design because it'd be a quilted placemat. So if you have any placemats you're getting rid of and you're going to donate, you might want to rethink that and create an art journal from your placemat. So let's get started and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So this is going to be a butterfly journal, and I decided to do it for my mom for Mother's Day because, as we know, she loves butterflies. I showed her butterfly journal, and I'll link that here if you want to see a flip through of the really cool. She did a book that was a tunnel book that was all about butterflies, and so she loves butterflies. So that's when I got the idea, hey, make it for Mom. It'll be a really cool gift for Mother's Day. So what I'm going to do, here's my thought. Here's the Lori thought. When I fold it in half, that's going to be just a really, really cute journal. And then when you open it, it'll look like the butterfly shape, and the papers will all be cut like this and folded, and she can decorate it with butterflies. So what I'm thinking that I might do, I may put two together, although that's kind of thick. It's kind of thick. I don't know. That part I've got to think about, because what I was thinking, instead of it being floppy, I don't really want it to be floppy. I was thinking about laying this out on a piece of cardboard, tracing this, and then scoring it right here, and that way it will be stiff, and I can glue the cardboard to it. You know, I think that's what I'll probably do. Putting two together makes it thick. So I think that's what I'll do, is I will just trace it out in cardboard, and I will glue the cardboard to the inside and then just cover it with pattern paper on the inside. Score it. That's going to make a nice little book spine, probably go about an inch wide with a book spine right down the body of the butterfly. So it'll be folded here and here, about an inch apart, and then it'll make this nice and stiff, and then to that spine I can sew in my signatures that I create. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Cover it with cardboard and then cover the inside with either material. Material would work too. I may do that with material. Mod Podge and material over the cardboard. I think that's what I'll do. And then maybe fray the edges or something. And so that's going to be the outside. The book is going to be like that. And so what I did for the inside is I laid this out and I traced the pattern, because I want the pages, some of the pages, to be like this. So they're going to be just like the shape of the butterfly. And then I made another piece where I added a little tab that's about between 1/4 and 1/2 inch, so that I can glue these together and they'll fold like that. Because my watercolor paper, this is mixed media paper, watercolor paper, one or the other. This is mixed media, but I do have some watercolor I'm using too, is not big enough to fold in half. You'd have to have a really big sheet, be really expensive. I'm trying to use what I have, so I'm having to piece it. So I've cut those pieces. That's going to make like 4 pieces, 4 pages in mixed media. And then I've done that in cardstock. So I folded cardstock. This is going to go in there too. It'll look like that. So it'll be like that inside the book too. So there'll be some pages that won't be the shape of the butterfly wings, but they'll still fit nicely inside. It'll give her some interesting things. And these pieces that I cut off can be staggered like this. That'll be some interest inside. I'll be folding some doilies. So I did 4 sheets of cardstock folded in different colors. And then the cut off pieces, so there's 4 of those. I took 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper and did the same thing and glued them together. And then, you know, when you fold over that edge and you glue them together, you can still sew it into your signature. So that's how you add pages to a book that's too big, is to just make that little edge, fold them over, glue your pages together, and now it makes a one solid butterfly sheet. So I did that with a bunch of different pattern papers. So those are going to be staggered in there to make the signatures. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. Here's some of this paper. Look at how cool this is going to look to have these kind of things all layered and staggered, and some doilies that all fit inside like this, and those will be signatures sewn in to the book like that. And then I can sew them in like this. They're probably going to need to be trimmed a bit because I cut them to size, but once I sew it to the spine, they may end up to be a little bit big, and that's okay. I can trim them when I'm all finished. But that's what my signatures are going to look like. It's going to create this really fun butterfly journal. So I just thought you'd like to see what my creative mind came up with this week. I'm putting together mixed media paper, watercolor paper, scrapbook paper, maybe some book text paper. I might take some book pages and fold them and trim them out, some doilies and things, make all my signatures. I think I'm going to do 4 signatures and cardboard to make the cover. And then I'm going to put some cute little ties on here for her to be able to tie it closed. And it'll be really fun with some cute dangles at the top, and I think it's going to be really fun. So when I get this all put together, I'll come back and show you the final result of my idea and creation. And then I'm going to give it to her, and she's going to have the fun of decorating it. Since she loves to decorate and make journals, she can make a nature journal, a butterfly journal, or whatever she wants out of it by decorating it. So stay tuned, and I'll show you what it turns out to look like. And I'm kind of excited to be upcycling these beautiful placemats. They're so cute. They're so cute, and they're all stitched and quilted, and they're just too cute. So that'll be really fun. And I'm going to make one for myself too. And that's going to be part of the gift, is to tell her that we get to decorate them together when we do our art Skyping together, my mom and I, for craft time. She'll have one and I'll have one, and we'll be able to decorate them together. So that's going to be a really fun mother-daughter project. Here is the board that I'm going to put onto the book, and I made a strip for the spine and then the 2 sides. So this is going to get glued to the placemat like this and create the book and the spine of the book. And what I use on this is medical tape. So this is cloth medical tape that makes perfect join, and it's bendable. And now I'm going to cover this with material using Mod Podge. Then I'm going to sew in my signatures, and then the last part will be to glue this to the placemat cover for completing the book. So that way, if I sew the signatures in first, then glue it to the book, I'm not going to have any strings or anything on the outside that'll ruin the pretty image, the quilted image on the outside. So that's what I'm doing so far. Oh, look at my desk. It's a disaster. Been working on this for hours, and it's coming along. I really like it. I think she's going to love it. My signatures are all done. I decided to go with 3 signatures. That was the perfect amount. And when you do put them together, I am going to have to trim some papers, but I'm going to sew them in first and then trim it last. But here's my 3 signatures that are going to get pamphlets stitched onto the baseboard. So it's coming and I love it. And I think she's gonna love it too. My fingers are all covered in glue and I'm having a ball creating this. So here's the cover covered in material and look how it bends. It's going to be so pretty on the inside. And then I got the idea to wrap the material. So I trimmed it about a 1/2 inch in and then made some little cuts into it and then just put some Aleene's glue and glued it all down. So this way when it's glued to the placemat, you'll see this beautiful edge instead of the cardboard edge. So that's going to be perfect. Now I just need to put this aside and let it dry. And then I'm going to sew in my signatures and glue this to the front of the book. And I think I'm even going to get wild and creative and around the edge, all around this edge, I think, I don't know 100%, but I think I'm going to use some yellow seed beads and whip stitch on a whole bunch of beads all around the edge, possibly. We'll see how it goes. This is truly a labor of love. Holy cannoli. Here's what it looks like with the cover glued on. I kind of have that not quite centered. That didn't come out right, but that's okay. It's all right. It's still on the end. It's just not quite centered like I'd like it to be. I had to do a ton of trimming on the pages. When you put together the signature and you sew them in, they stuck up way high and unevenly, and so I had to go through and trim and trim and trim all the pages to make them fit right within the book, which is okay. And now I've got this drying, so here's what it's going to look like when you open it, but that's really cool. I love it. And then here's the signatures in it. And it's going to be great. But wow, I don't like sewing in signatures. I never have. I do. I'm glad that I sewed them onto the cardboard before I glued the placemat in place because I like that you don't see any stitching. This covered it up, which is great. I am still going to go around and put beads all around the outside edge. And I think, even though I want her to decorate it, I think I'm going to put in some pockets with tags and do a few cute butterfly-ish things. And I'm going to give her a bag of butterfly ephemera to go with it for her to decorate. But there's watercolor paper in here. She's a really good artist and she can draw and watercolor paint some butterflies and flowers. There's mixed media paper that she can do collage on, scrapbooking paper. I even put in some music sheets paper in here. Oh, and I did this too. Look at the cute pop-up watercolor butterfly in, it's here, and then where it's the other part that it's in the signature is the other half of it. So that's really cute. She can use a pen and draw the details and then watercolor paint that cute pop-up butterfly. I'm going to show you the music sheet paper that's in here. I did music sheet out of a book that has just music, and I added that, so there's some music sheets. So it's really coming along. I used my little butterfly punch to punch out butterfly images all throughout the book on the pages. So it's got butterflies punched here and there and everywhere. So it's going to be fun, and I want to put in, like I said, put in a couple of little pockets with tags and things, but she's going to have to do the decorating herself on this one. That's going to be the fun of it. Oh, what a labor of love. Here it is. It was very fun, and it took a lot of hours, but I'm so happy with it, and I think she'll love it. I did do some seed beads all the way around, so it's got seed bead border that goes all the way around. I punched holes through the cover and tied on some lace binding tape to make lace ties. I put one of these things, these are really nifty little gadgets that you put a hole in the spine of the book and you screw on the back part and it makes this little ring that you can put dangles on. I put a tassel and I made this little beaded piece that has a jade butterfly on it and flowers. The beads match the bead border. And then this cute bead thing was given to me in some Happy Mail. And I thought that would look pretty on it too. So it's got some pretty dangles. It's got this bookmark that comes over the top, and it's made of butterfly ribbon and those little book clamps, and then you put beads on both ends, so it's got a bookmark. And inside, the only things I did to it, I'm giving her a package of little ephemera butterfly things for her to decorate, because I really want her to decorate the book. But I did make this pocket with a die cut thing that I had, so it makes 3 little pockets, and I did make that and put some butterfly papers in it. But she needs to decorate the book as she wants, so I want that to be part of the fun, is for her to do the decorating. I did one of those paper clips, and I did do a 3D butterfly on it. And then there's butterflies punched out of the pages, watercolor butterfly pop-ups in a couple places. I did this die cut pocket with a little butterfly top and some neat little fibers. So she's got a little pocket there to fill. This lined paper she can journal on. There's book paper. This is a cute little die cut. I thought it was cute on the music sheet. I didn't put much in the way of decorating because that's for her to do. And I used a punch to punch out some butterflies. There's the other side of the watercolor piece. And there's just all these neat things and places that she has for decorating. She can do collage. She can do, there's mixed media paper. There's watercolor paper that she can paint on and do some watercolor paintings. So that is the book. It's just got lots of pages. Oh, there's this one. I did another corner pocket, and filled it with papers. So there's a little corner pocket back here. And then that's what it looks like in the back. So I love how it turned out. I think she's going to really like it. And it's hard to believe that this started out as a butterfly placemat that had seen its last days, and now look at it. It's a beautiful butterfly journal. So that'll be my mom's Mother's Day gift, and it was really fun. And I hope you enjoyed following me along as I flustered and figured out how to create this, and I love how it turned out. It was really fun. So thanks for stopping by, and I hope all the mothers out there have a great Mother's Day. Mothers make the world go round. We love our mamas. So